Hey, how you doing? This is George with Truck Driver Nation, and
The dark carpet.
she's sitting here playing with her hair. Anyways, I want to have a quick discussion about the course, truckdrivernation.com. You know, we have on there for dispatchers. Remember that this ain't just dispatching. Yes, we train you to dispatch. We give you the leads so you can actually get your owner operators lined up so you can easily, build your team that you're dispatching for, depending on how many drivers you want, and also depending on which type of trailers you want. Like I tell people, obviously I would get those trucks going based on, it doesn't really matter on the trailer. If you have issues loaded in dry van, reefer, flatbed, or step deck, then what we do is I'll assist you in understanding, if you don't understand how to load those trucks, we'll make sure that you got it down, that you can kind of see what's necessary for each given trailer, and also the pricing based on those regions that those trucks are coming out of, but while looking at the load board. You just can't go national averages and it's good to go. That's not how this works. But as you get more evolved, being a dispatcher, it'll come more fluent about how this works when you're looking at the market, looking at the fuel prices, and looking at the toll roads, and be able to determine to make sure that it meets the requirements. Now, overall, you'll know what these rates are, because any truck shouldn't be going below $1.60, $1.80, even maybe a little bit more depending on that fuel price. That's the biggest defining factor in this when you're dealing with this, dealing as a dispatcher. But the whole thing is, yeah, we train you as a freight dispatcher, but you still have the ability to be trained as a driver recruiter and a freight agent. We give that to you for free because you took the course. We definitely emphasize you become a proficient freight dispatcher before you move in to the other categories. That way you know that you've got a solid income coming in. And people say, oh my God, the freight's not paying good. Let me put bullshit. Take the word bullshit and take it to the bank. Those people don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't care if they've got 1,000 trucks. They don't know what they're doing. You've got to take your time. You've got to look for direct shippers. And you can't just say, okay, well, let's do the load board every day. Man, what kind of idiot's just going to do a load board every day? Okay, really, you can't just depend on that. You've got so much to do with AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is here. If you haven't learned how to incorporate that into your business, then you're losing out on so much. I can't teach you how to use it. Even when you're talking to AI, you need to know how to talk to AI. But it's not really scripted in that sense. But if you're not, remember, it's always in the secret. You got to ask the right question. If you don't ask the right question, you're not going to get the right answer. So when you're looking at this, make sure, listen to yourself. What are you asking? If you're going to ask, and when you're dealing with AI, if you're going to ask questions that the same person's going to ask that asked before you, even if you weren't working in the same room, how are you going to get different results? You're going to get the same results out of the same procedure if that's the way you're going to keep living it. Even ask it. Ask AI. Say, I'm looking for this. What's another way for me to actually phrase this to come up with different answers? Step outside your comfort zone of being a damn parrot. But anyways, in the recruiting and the being a freight agent, we'll obviously train you in that as well. When you get to that point, if you want to just jump into it, we can let you jump into recruiting very easily because we got the overall profiles that we load for. We got everything from SAP drivers, local, regional, and over-the-road positions available. They're with different carriers too, so a carrier might be going, but you got to remember, when you're doing this, you got to be ready to take that job and run with it. Because the thing is, just because I gave it to you, don't mean that spot's not going to be filled with that carrier. And now all of a sudden, well, we had it last week, but you drug your feet and you didn't get done what you need to get done. Now it's gone. Don't cry to me. You're the one who drug your feet. I'm doing this every day. This is what I do for a living. So I'll do this to the day I die. But anyways, so when you're doing something and you're dealing with me, you better be assertive. Do you get paid for anything you do? Absolutely. I don't care what you do with me. You're going to make money from me because everybody has to eat, okay? We're all eating off the same table. We're all in logistics. So there's no reason for me to sit here and say, hey, just send them to me and we'll get them done. Everything's done in contract. If it's not in writing, it didn't happen. And make sure you pay attention to the details in any contracts I give you, because I've had people say, and it's all blatant, it's just right there, it's straightforward. And they say, well, I didn't see that. Shit, man, I can't, if you didn't get your GED or whatever, and I've got a GED literally by the United States Navy, if you didn't get you don't know how to read, then there's no reason that you can't even copy that text and put it in AI again and have it transcribed to you. For him to actually read it to you, okay, in whatever language you actually speak. So you say, well, there's a language barrier. Look, language is the least of the problem. The main barrier in culture and in languages is actually culture. It's not language. So if you haven't, but also if you need any help, just ask me. Ask Maria, The whole thing behind what we do is, we help you to be the best that you can at this given point because you're trying to be the best version of yourself. And I get it, it's not easy, especially if you've been in one industry or whatever it might have had. Might have a bad taste in your mouth. Don't bring the bad taste to me because I'm sitting here giving you the answers. I give you everything you need to make sure that you prosper in this. But I can't make you wake up every day and get to work. You ain't got to work. You're not running a night shift. You're not running loads during the night. It's because, unless something happens to that load on that truck or something happens to that driver and he's down on the side of the road, and if he's asking you to, because you're a dispatcher, you're not fleet management, it depends on your relationship with that driver. So make sure that whatever you actually do with that driver, that it's understood from the get-go. I give you all the contracts. I give you everything listed that you can already understand what's done. It's going to be happening because when he fills it out, there's a thing called a signature that's at the bottom. This ain't word by mouth. I don't trust word by mouth. I have to have it in writing. If you want something from me, you have to send it to me in writing. And literally have me sign on it. I'll sign on it because if I know I can do it, I can do it. If I can't do it, I'm not going to sign it because I can't do it, But anyways, the whole point behind me giving this is, I want people to understand when you come to Truck Driver Nation and you want to get trained as a dispatcher, I don't just give you a course and say, well, there you go. That's how dispatching is. I give you the leads. I give you access to carriers, people that I know, other drivers that I know. You ain't got to put out a lot of extra money. You will need a phone system. Now obviously you need your laptop, your headset, and your high-speed internet. But that phone system, if you need a phone system, I do have Ring Central. I will let you sign up under us. It is right now, it's about $103 that we have to charge because that's what it costs. That gives you 5,000 texts and you can bulk text over 100 text messages at one time. But we'll charge you another $103. So in case you over the 5,000, which you shouldn't, that I've got a buffer, I'm not paying your bills. It's nothing personal, but you don't pay my bills. I'm sorry, but I can't pay yours neither. But once everything's settled out, you get the balance back. It's not an escrow, it's nothing. It's just to make sure that I don't have to pay your bills. But that being said, Ring Central is the way to go. It took a long time to get the TCR set up. That's the campaign registry, and it was a real pain in the butt. I hate to say it that it took us 6 months, but it actually did. And here's my witness. How long did it take us? Because she's the one that did it.
The what?
The TCR.
Oh, like 5-6 months.
How bad was it?
Very bad. Like almost every day you have to call them, wait for like at least an hour on queue, and they will require for you to have website that will take a lot of work and a lot of money too. So it's up to you. That's why sometimes I offer on the phone. You can either go for sign up for a website that you have to pay every month. I think every quarter or yearly. And they will require you to have EIN, basically like a real big deal business, only for a phone line. And not just that, you have to call them like nearly every day. If you're willing to go through all that struggle and challenges, it's up to you.
Yeah, so thank goodness I had her. I couldn't do it. It just kept going on and on. And they said, well, change this in your website, change this on this. And we just kept doing it. And it just seemed like it didn't get straight. And I was like, Maria, I hated to put it on her, but obviously, she's my wife and this is what she does. And, at some point she's taking this business over. That's the reason she's building her team. But anyways, I'm not trying to get off point. But if the whole thing is, when I'm explaining to people what Truck Driver Nation has to offer you as a freight dispatching school, I got 24 years of driving, another 10 years because I was still recruiting even while I was driving. So I've got 10 years in recruiting in addition to dispatching here and there before I got to this point where I opened a full-fledged school. I give you everything, majority of the stuff, all the contracts were made by lawyers and everything. So you don't have to worry about the legitimacy, what you're getting. I get people little smart remarks. I understand there's haters. Oh my God, you haters, y'all really drive me crazy. I could care less who you are and I wish you the best in your life, but man, get real with it. But the whole thing is you get everything that you need with us, okay? Now, obviously there's a $500 fee. That's what we charge up front. That right there covers basically handling Maria and the other girls, making sure that they get paid. We don't make no money till the back side. So if you decide not to go with us because it's guaranteed employment, when I say employment, you're still independent contractor, but you work directly with me and the guys that I work with. So that way we get 2% of whatever you're doing for grossing for 2 years. If you don't want that, there's a $2,000 fee that gets rid of all that. You just pay it. That covers the whole course and all the materials and everything you've already been using. And please don't make us chase us, because then you end up paying all the lawyer fees and everything else, because we gave you everything that you needed. Okay, so please don't try to take advantage of it. That's just not right. You know what's right. But anyways, the thing is, you're making good money because I'm giving you everything. You're coming out the gate shooting. It's like you're buying a turnkey business for $500. But you get to work at home. You work anywhere you want around the world, as long as you got internet service and all that good stuff. But anyways, that being said, I hope that this helps you understand exactly what you're getting with our service, so that way you can keep moving forward. You don't get stagnated. Especially, I love training fellow truck drivers because they're so much easier, because they catch on so much faster. But if you have no experience in this, don't hesitate. Go to the Truck Driver Nation website. It's www.truckdrivernation, truck, singular truck, driver, singular driver, nation, truckdrivernation.com. If you need help, there's links in there to get a hold of us, but obviously you can get us at support@truckdrivernation.com. And also make sure you go through and look at the videos. Look at the dispatcher tools. There's not one tool in there that everybody uses in the industry, and I give you a list of everything. There is nothing hidden. Lots of stuff I give you straight out because it's not going to cost me nothing, so it's already in the website. You got about six pages in there that are locked out. That's the courses. So say you sign in, so you sign up, then Maria actually turns you on, takes the private mode off for you, and then you've got access to the course. And then obviously you got the valuation to make sure you pass the test, that you know what you're doing. Please don't take the test. Please don't run it through AI. I made it proof, and you will not pass that test. I timed it short enough that if you're playing around, it's going to cut you off and you fail. So if you don't complete the course, even where you cut off, you automatically fail. Okay, if you didn't complete the 50 questions, you failed. If you timed out, you failed. Because there's no reason. I mean, I take the tests myself. They're simple. They're all scenario questions. So the content that you're being taught is there. So there ain't no magic about, well, I didn't see that. Well, then you didn't read the course, because this is a self-paced course. But anyways, I'll let it go with that. I appreciate your time. I hope this gave you some insight on the course. And everybody have a blessed day. Drivers out there on the road, be safe. If there's any way that you see that we can work with you, we'd love to work with you. But anyways, I appreciate it, and thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
Bye.